Tease great news for One Chicago fans as the writers' rooms for all 3 shows are opening this week. However, Chicago Fire is headed for a major change. According to Deadline, Andrea Newman, the previous co-showrunner alongside Derek Haas, will be the sole showrunner for the drama's upcoming season in light of Haas's departure last spring. This isn't the only change expected for the new season, as the main cast are set to appear in fewer episodes than usual. Back in April, it was reported that One Chicago producers, Universal Television and Wolf Entertainment, reached a budget agreement with NBC, which means all 3 dramas will remain on air for another season, but the main cast will feature less. According to Deadline, the episodic guarantees the number of episodic fees each series regular is entitled to per season were being renegotiated and decreasing, meaning the stars would appear in around 18 to 20 episodes per season, rather than the usual 22. LaRoyce Hawkins as Kevin Atwater, Marina Squirciati as Kim Burgess, and Patrick John Pfluger as Adam Ruzek star in Chicago PD. Fans were already bracing themselves for potential change following Taylor Kinney's departure from Chicago Fire earlier this year. The actor is currently taking a leave of absence, so it's not clear whether he will be back for season 12. The new seasons of all One Chicago shows were due to begin in September, but were delayed due to the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. UGA members went on strike on 2 May over labor disputes with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, AMPTP, which represents major studios including Netflix and Disney, as well as television networks such as CBS, NBC, and ABC. Thankfully, the WGA reached a deal with the Hollywood studios in September, bringing the strike to an end after almost 5 months. More. Taylor Kinney's career after Chicago Fire. All we know after actors' leave of absence. Re-aid. Why these One Chicago stars left the franchise and where they are now. However, SAG-AFTRA, which represents actors and other entertainment and media professionals, is currently in negotiations with AMPTP, with talks expected to continue through the week. In a joint statement released on Wednesday, the 2 parties said SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP met for a full-day bargaining session and have concluded. Negotiations will continue on Friday, October 6, with the parties working internally over the weekend, resuming Monday, October 9. When will One Chicago shows return to screens? NBC has yet to announce official release dates for Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago Med. Whilst the writers' rooms have reopened, the actors won't be able to return to set until the SAG-AFTRA strike is settled. According to Deadline, who spoke to a group of network execs, the shows could be back on air as early as March 2024, depending on how quickly SAG-AFTRA reaches an agreement with the studios. The outlet states that for a March release date, the actors would have to be back on set and ready to film in mid-November. This applies to other procedural shows, including The Rookie and NCIS 2. Next news. When will Chicago Fire return and what to expect from Season 12? Like many scripted TV shows, Chicago Fire and the entire One Chicago franchise have been impacted by the recent writers' and actors' strikes. Whilst the Writers Guild of America, WGA, reached an agreement with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, AMPTP, in September, the actors are still on strike. So, what does this mean for the release of Chicago Fire Season 12, and what can fans expect from the new season? When will Chicago Fire Season 12 be released? NBC has yet to announce an official release date for Chicago Fire Season 12, and it might be a little while before they do. The good news is that the writers have returned to work. Earlier this month, the production company behind the show, Wolf Entertainment, announced that its writing team was back in action. The bad news is that until SAG-AFTRA reach a deal with the Hollywood studios, the actors can't film the new episodes. Therefore, it's unlikely that the drama will return before 2024. Chicago Fire Season 12 cast. Who is returning? Fans can expect to see much of the main cast back at Firehouse 51 in the new series, including David Eigenberg as Lieutenant Christopher Herman, Joe Minoso as Joe Cruz, Miranda Rain-Mayo as Old Stella Kidd, and Cara Kilmer as Sylvie Brett. Alberto Rosend should also reprise his role as Blake Gallo, alongside Daniel Keary as Darren Ritter and Hanako Greensmith as Violet Mikami. Following the dramatic events in the Season 11 finale, which saw Randall Mouch Mulholland take a turn for the worst whilst recovering from his gunshot wound in hospital, Christian Stoltz's future on the show is uncertain. Fans will just have to wait and see if Randall pulls through. Jess Spencer also made a comeback in Season 11 as Matthew Casey, so it's likely fans will be seeing more of him in the new episodes. While viewers can look forward to seeing their favorite characters back on their screens, they may be seeing slightly less of them. Back in April, it was reported that Universal Television and Wolf Entertainment reached a budget agreement with NBC, meaning that all 3 dramas would remain on air for another season, but the main cast will feature less. The episode guarantees the number of episodic fees each series regular is entitled to per season were being renegotiated, according to Deadline. This means that stars will appear in around 18 to 20 episodes per season, rather than the standard 22. More. Yellowstone, One Chicago, NCIS, among shows facing major setback after disappointing SAG-AFTRA update. Re-Aid. Why these One Chicago stars left the franchise and where they are now. Will Taylor Kinney return to Chicago Fire? Another burning question on fans' lips regarding the upcoming 12th season is whether Taylor Kinney will be making an appearance. In January, it was revealed that the actor would be taking a leave of absence from the hit procedural to deal with a personal matter. His character, Lieutenant Kelly Severide, left the Windy City in an episode that aired on 1 March. It remains unclear if and when Taylor will return to the show. Neither NBC nor Taylor have commented on his long-term commitment to the drama. In Taylor's last episode of Season 11, it was explained that Severide had been sent to a prestigious OFI training camp in Alabama, leaving behind his wife Stella. However, in a later installment, it was revealed that Severide had since left the camp after agreeing to investigate a big arson case, but he had not told his wife, nor his team back at Firehouse 51. Stella only discovered the news after one of the Academy's leaders spilled the beans to Joe Cruz. What will happen in Chicago Fire Season 12? Whilst we're still waiting on an official synopsis, the Season 11 finale left us with a few unanswered questions. The fate of Randall Mouch Mulholland is likely to be a major storyline in the first few episodes, depending on whether he survived his injury or not. We'll also find out whether Sylvie Brett decides to leave Chicago and follow Casey to Oregon following his proposal in the finale. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay with us.